So first question, which is not even on you, but first thing is just, can you tell us about Flory's? What do you all do over there? What makes your brand for you unique?
Yeah, so we at Flory's Online, we design and make in-house unique garden gifts. So our main product is our solar wall plaques, which is essentially wall art with a solar light on. And we're pretty lucky because there's no one else that actually does this yet. There's a few people that are coming through the woodworks that are trying to do similar to us now. But before then, it's literally just been us since we started in 2019. So yeah, it's mainly garden gifts, obviously great for anyone who loves gardening, but also for those who don't know what to buy for someone, who are hard to buy for. So it kind of ticks a few boxes, really. Yeah.
Nice, that's nice. I am one of those people. No one knows what to buy for me. I don't know what to buy for myself. So
yeah.
I will send my wife to your website. So you all started in 2019 or earlier?
I think it was summer 2019, and then I joined in August 2020. So before then there was only the main founder and then someone that was packing orders. It was literally just two people. So since I've joined now in 2020, there's now about 4 or 5 of us in the office, and then probably about 8 or 9 who pack orders. So it's grown quite a lot since then.
Perfect. So can you take us back at least to the moment you were part of, or you made your first sale online, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah.
What do you remember about it?
It was really exciting because I've always worked before now. I worked in a B2B company, so you don't really see like sales come in that same way, and then obviously hospitality when you're seeing it in person. So it's quite exciting, especially if you've posted something on social media or you've sent out an email and then you actually see the numbers like come in and people ordering and reacting and getting feedback from people. It's just really lovely, and it is quite addictive thinking, can we get more numbers, or what are they going to like next? It's really good in that way. Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah. How did it make you feel about like your future, your potential at that point?
Yeah, back then it was kind of daunting because I'd not obviously done any sort of B2C e-commerce stuff, and there hadn't really been much going on other than what very basic things before I joined. And then over time we've slowly started gearing things up. It's quite daunting because I was always one of those people that thought I don't want to pester someone on email. So even I think we only sent like 1 email a week, if that, to begin with. And yeah, it's nerve-wracking making sure that you've not put any errors in emails, which still happens, happens all the time. So it was nerve-wracking but exciting when you see the results come in.
Perfect. And was that first sale from your first email campaign, or were they a bit different?
I would say so. I think aside from that, I think we had, obviously the website was up and running, but before we started running email campaigns and Facebook ads, it was mainly just emails where I could see directly what we'd done would have an impact on someone buying. You can't really get that from social media quite as easily.
So now, how often do you send emails? You said you were scared to send out 1 email per week.
Yeah, we send emails out pretty much every day, which over time it's quite daunting. But obviously with segments and things, you can get a bit better with making sure you're sending it to the right people. And it was a weird thing because you kind of think, I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but it is a good idea in the long run, because it's just reminding people that you're there. As long as you're not saying the same thing over and over again, they don't mind. People like hearing from you, especially if they're not following you on social media. And a lot of our audience are a lot older, so they're not always on there, so they won't seem to hear from us otherwise.
Yeah, that's perfect. So can you tell me about your most successful email campaign in the last 12 months or a bit longer? And how did it do compared to your expectations?
Yes, I can indeed. In the last 12 months, it was actually for our Black Friday email last year. I can see that did really, really well. And then that was quite exciting because it's Black Friday. I think it's the time we've done it the biggest was last year. Obviously, we've got it starting again this week. And also, the next one that's only ever so slightly lower than that was our imperfect sale, which we've never done before.
Imperfect sale?
Yeah, so it's any of because they're all laser cut, our products on like industrial machinery, and they're powder coated. So we have really high standards. So if there's any slight marks or a problem with the paintwork, we don't obviously sell them. So we put them to one side and we put them out all together with discounts, and people went absolutely crazy. People were struggling because they were going into their baskets and then disappearing because we only had limited quantities of like all the designs. So that was really, really quite wild actually. We couldn't believe how well it did, considering it's for things that are imperfect. But I think people love a bargain.
Yeah, I think that's... And the uniqueness, I guess, of some imperfection, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not in anything else.
Yeah.
So that was like the first campaign you sent, this imperfect sale last year?
In terms of our best email for the year was our Black Friday one, and then second best was our imperfect one, which was...
but how many imperfect sales have you done so far?
That was the first one.
That was the first one. Okay,
yeah.
So it must have been nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah, it was. I think before then we'd slowly been uploading them like individually, but by putting them all together and sort of marketing it as like a big imperfect sale, we let people know beforehand. And yeah, people kind of keep asking about it. So I think we're doing it again in January. So obviously we're a bit quieter then. And we've got more imperfect things coming through. So yeah.
Logically, yeah, practically. That's amazing. All right. So in your 3-4 years there, is there any particular milestone or achievement that you think that you are like really, really proud of and something you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of, it's not necessarily, well, it is related to emails because we wouldn't be here without emails. But in around September, we hit 100,000 orders. So we got a little thing from Shopify to tell us that. So that was really amazing. And I did the classic thing of when you Google like what does 100,000 people look like in a crowd. That was quite fun. Obviously people repeat orders and things, but it's crazy to think, especially when we're just sending things out, and yeah, it's just really exciting.
And that was September this year or last year?
Yeah, September this year. Yeah.
And if it's not private information, how many orders did you have when you started?
Oh, that's a good question. I know when the business first started, it was just about one a week. And then I can see from the first email I sent when we did a campaign that was free delivery over £20, we did 52 sales in that email. So I know, yeah, which was really good. Yeah, a good offer as well.
Okay. So from one order per week to 100,000 orders in about 3 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, it's wild. We're very lucky with our customers that they tell their friends, and they see it because it's in the garden. They go, oh, I can see so-and-so's got that in their garden. Where'd you get that from? So we're very, very lucky. Indeed.
Lucky or very good at what you do.
Yeah, a bit of both, probably.
Yeah. All right, so last question, not on the ones that we sent. So in consideration of those people who are like, maybe they're struggling in their current stores, or they're struggling thinking about starting a store, or they're just in some point of life where they don't know what to do, and they're thinking about e-commerce store. What kind of advice or tip or something would you give them to say, what would you say to them?
Yeah. I would say there's bound to be someone that wants what you're selling. There is always someone. You probably have to dig a bit deeper with your audience and think like who really wants this. And I think as long as you like to speak to them personally, and also making sure you're brand personality is really key. Something we've always done and something we're really working on to ensure is all our emails we send from as if it's the founder, because we are still very much a small business. So really, I don't know, just make the most of, I don't know, really, that's a really good question. What was the question again? Sorry.
Well, I think you said, like, no matter what you think I'm just going to paraphrase what I think, right? No matter what you think your business is going to fail or succeed, someone out there is probably going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
So you might as well
give it a go.
Take the leap, right?
Yeah. You don't know until you don't know, until you give it a go. Again, I mean, obviously I wasn't working here then, but obviously my colleague who was only getting one order at a time, I think a few people thought, oh, is this a good idea? And she just thought, no, I'm just going to keep doing, keep being consistent, keep posting online, keep sending an email campaign, and build it and they will come, as they I know there's that famous saying. So yeah, keep going and keep positive, which is tricky at times.
Very nice. I think that's great information, great advice. Even though people hear it from time to time, it's very nice when they actually hear the success and hear the tip.
Yeah.
Especially during these times. So that's all we have for today in terms of questions.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Alex, for your advice. And I think our customers and our prospects, they're going to really find it very useful.
Yeah. Right? Fantastic. Well, hopefully.
They will, definitely. All right. So thank you and have a very, very wonderful and profitable day and Black Friday.
Thank you so much. So great to talk to you. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.